1 year ago, I had an idea to start a reselling business. Only thing, I didn't know what to do, how to start, but I knew I wanted to start. There was a lot of mistakes I made, and I'm here today to help you avoid all of the mistakes that I made when I first started reselling. In this video, I would cover how to find inventory, what platforms are the best to list your inventory, are flea markets better than online, and the biggest lessons I've learned the hard way. Let's get into this video. Okay, let me properly introduce myself. My name is Anthony Dayo, and I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In 2013, I moved to Los Angeles, California, in the pursuit of stand-up comedy. And in my pursuit, I met a lot of cool people, made some good friends, and I got to work on some dope projects. One of those projects was a project with Snoop Dogg, actually a commercial. You might have seen it.
That's Snoop Dogg?
With a quote from the General Insurance.
And he's riding with the General.
The only thing is, I got burnt out of the inconsistency of the entertainment world. You're always looking for your next gig. I told myself the next check that I get from entertainment, I'm going to invest it into something that's more concrete. Not Dogecoin, because I did that once and that failed. I'm going to invest it in something more concrete, and that thing is going to be reselling clothing. Okay, let's get into it. Sourcing. Where to source? I want to sell clothes, but where do I find them? Are they in my closet? Maybe. A lot of people will tell you to start in your closet. I will tell you to start in your closet if you got good stuff in your closet. If you don't got good stuff in your closet, keep it in the closet. But if you actually got some good pieces that you know people would like, list them. List those items if you're not attached to them. Because if you're attached to them, it's probably going to be hard for you to let it go. So you can start in your closet if you got some good stuff in your closet. But if you don't, just keep it in the closet. Okay, second place, your local thrift stores. I would say you can definitely hit up the local thrift stores if you know what you're looking for. If you don't know what you're looking for, do some more research, do some more studying, and then hit up the local thrift store, because you don't want to overpay too early in this game, which I did. I overpaid for a lot of stuff at the local thrift store because I thought it was cool. I even bought this Super Mario t-shirt. It had the screen print. It was like a newer one. And I was like, oh yeah, everyone loves Super Mario. Guess what? I still got that Super Mario t-shirt a year later. And I paid $10 for that t-shirt. Nobody want that t-shirt. So definitely don't hit up the thrift store if you don't know what you're looking for. But if you do, which I do now, I went to the local thrift store the other day and found a golf Tyler the Creator hoodie for $10, and I sold it within a week for about 70 bucks. So definitely hit up the thrift store if you know what you're looking for. Where to stay away from when it comes to sourcing. One of the mistakes that I made early on is I went online and looked for liquidation auctions. So they have these auctions that they do online where you can bid on pallets of clothes, of electronics, Target returns, Walmart returns, and I started there. I got about 3 pallets of Target return clothing, still with the tags. So I was really hype about, oh, these are new, people gonna want these, and guess what? Nobody wanted them. Nobody don't want no Target clothes. I will say this, there were some pallets of like other things like electronics that look very enticing. So I'm not saying that that's a horrible place to source at, but when it comes to clothes, definitely stay away from liquidation auction. Number one place that I've found to be super helpful and beneficial to my business was the Goodwill bins. Not your regular Goodwill, but the Goodwill bins. This is their location, which they don't have at a lot of places. And if they do have it in your city, it's typically only one. So you want to definitely call your local Goodwill store and ask them, hey, where's the nearest Goodwill bins? And the Goodwill bins is a by the pound Goodwill. So basically, instead of charging you a price for one item, they actually charge you a price by the weight of the items that you have. And depending on where you are is how much it's going to be. It always varies. Like sometimes I source in Vegas, their by the pound is about $1.79. And in LA, it's about $3.49. In the bonus, garage sales or yard sales definitely can come up on some crazy steals One of my first purchases and one of my first videos was at a yard sale. It was my first yard sale, and I found like a Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt for $5, and I flipped it for $25, which was hella too low. Why did I think I just killed the game by grabbing a vintage Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt for $5 and flipping it for $25? I even made a video about it. I was like, I just did it, and I didn't. Thinking back on it, I didn't really do it. Should have got like $100 for that at least. Anyway, definitely yard sales can be beneficial if you do have them in your neighborhood. A lot of like small towns, they do always have yard sales. So you definitely want to see what yard sales are happening. But I will say that those are the top ways to source in this game. Goodwill bins being number one, hands down. Okay, where do you sell, right? What is the best platform to use? Is it eBay? Is it Depop? Is it Poshmark? Is it Mercari? Is it whatnot? I will tell you this. All of these platforms, people are there. People are on all these platforms. Some people only use one platform. They might not use the other platform. Like there are Depop buyers that are never shopping on eBay. There are eBay shoppers that are never shopping on Depop. So then you ask the question, how do I get my clothes in front of both of these people? You download apps like Vendoo, which is a cross-listing app. Not sponsoring for sure this episode because I don't even have enough subscribers to even get a sponsor yet. So don't even think that I'm here trying to sponsor Vendoo, because there's other cross-listing apps that you can use as well. But Vendoo is the one that I use, and now that I have this app, it changed the game for my sales. It changed the game for my sales. I'm getting sales on platforms that I know that I would never get sales on because I wasn't listing on these platforms, because just like everybody else, you get burnt out from trying to list one item on 4 to 5 different platforms. Honestly, when I got the Vendoo app, I actually started to enjoy listing because I'm like, I'm giving this item 5 opportunities to sell. So I would tell you, list on all, get an app, cross-listing app. The one that I prefer is Vendoo. Vendoo is good online on your laptop. Vendoo is not good on the phone. I will tell you that. If you only have a phone, probably try another cross-listing app. But if you do have a laptop, Vendoo is lit, it's up. But if I had to choose, for the sake of the video, what is my favorite platform, I will have to say eBay. And the reason why I choose eBay is because, one, the buyers are very serious on eBay. Unlike other apps like Depop. Depop buyers are very wishy-washy when it comes to them actually buying something. They'll send you an offer, you'll accept the offer, and then they'll ghost you. You'll get that a lot on Depop. But you know, Depop, the demographic is a lot younger on Depop than it is eBay. So that kind of makes sense on why you get ghosted a lot with offers. But eBay, when someone sends you an offer, you accept the offer, cha-ching, you typically hearing that in the next like 20 seconds, no cap. And also a benefit with eBay is that you are able to get the funds so much quicker. It typically takes like 2 or 3 days and the funds are in your account and you're able to replenish, your inventory. Like eBay is set up really nice so you can continue to like just build your business. Whereas other platforms is a longer process. Some like Mercari, the item has to ship to the person's house and then the person has to rate it before you even get paid. I will say Mercari and Poshmark has serious buyers too, but when it comes to getting your funds very fast, eBay is over top all of them. So just for the sake of the video, eBay is the best platform, but still, Vendoo, cross-listing app, you want to get it so you can list on all of them. Local flea markets is a dope way to get good money on your items and also tap into the community. And you can also find yourself getting returning customers because you are consistent at the flea markets. They like what you sell and you can find yourself getting some good money. The one thing that I will say is when you're doing flea markets, be mindful of the sun, okay? Because the sun can damage your clothes. The sun has damaged a lot of my clothes working at flea markets, and that is one of the things that I dislike, because when you get the sun damage on your clothes, it makes it hard for you to list that item. Or if you already have that item listed, now you kind of have to take that item off online and probably relist it. But who wants to do all of that, because you now have this sun bleach stain on your shirt, and it kills the shirts. Some people like it, I don't like it, and you just have to be mindful of how long your clothes are sitting out in the sun. Also, flea markets do have a cover charge depending on where you are. I'm in Los Angeles, so the average price is about $100 to rent a booth. So be prepared to pay that $100, and it can be a little bit intimidating if you don't have a lot of good clothes. I would say wait until you get some good product and a good bit of it before you invest $100 into a flea market and not be in a position to get a decent return. You want to be in a position to get a decent return. So you don't want to put $100 in and wind up only making $50 out the whole day, and then you just lost $50. I kind of like online a lot better, for the simple reason is that you can get a lot more stuff online than you can in a 10 by 10 booth, right? On average, you're probably able to get about 200, 300 items max in a booth. When online, you can get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. You can get so many items online, you know. So many people are going to be able to see your items. So if I had to choose, online is better than flea markets, but you're still able to get quick cash. I've seen people at flea markets get $2,000-$3,000 for one day. That can happen depending on what flea market, how popular it is, and how much good stuff you have. These are the mistakes that I made and that I want you to avoid. One of the mistakes is overbuying. Do not overbuy. Be very selective on the items that you purchase. What I like to do now, which I didn't know then, I like to price check. I like to see what these items that I'm not too sure about, I want to know what they're reselling for online. The easiest way to do that, most people have Google on their phones. If you don't have Google on your phone, I don't know what's going on in your life. But Google has Google Lens. You want to click on that Google Lens in your Google search engine, and the camera is going to pop out. And what you want to do is take a picture of that item. When you take a picture of that item, what's going to pop up on your screen is what that item is going for on eBay. And eBay is people's number one reference when it comes to how to price their items. And this is the way you figure out, okay, is this item worth even buying? Now that you took a picture and seen what it's going for, and you're like, oh, they only resell them for $14, guess what? Put it back. You don't need that item. There's no reason to waste your time listing an item to only get $7 profit. What are we doing? Try to go into it being mindful of how much on average you want to profit for these items. I like to go in with at least a $20 average. So try to have that in mind when you go shopping. If you found this helpful, man, be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Tell me if I missed anything, if you've been reselling longer than me. I only been in for a year. If there's something that you can share that I might not be privy to, please drop it in the comments, man. My name is Anthony Deo, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. We out.